Welcome to the second edition of AICA. I am Venkat here. With me is Mr. Rahul Kamath, President AICA. Welcome, Mr. Rahul, sir.
Thank you so much.
Sir. So now we are into the second year of AICA. What are the initiatives taken by you in the first year, and how it is going on shaping up, and what are your future initiatives with regards to secure cashew supplies for processing, which is of paramount because considering the fact we are importing most of the raw materials.
Okay, so a lot of questions at one go.
Yes.
Last 1 year we just born. So the first few months went in establishing a proper office, proper setup, and all the systems and practices.
Yes.
And then, of course, firefighting, because we have been having a big problem of illegal imports of cashew kernels. Yes. So our first and foremost effort was to stop those imports, and am glad to report that we found a fairly good success in that.
Okay.
And then few pertinent regulatory issues with FSSI and other things. Then getting subsidy for our industry for mechanization. I'm glad to report again that we got success with some FSSI issues. APEDA announced the subsidy, and we could convince some of the state governments to remove the market cess on cashew. So these are all very good developments that have happened on the very first year. And going forward, yes, one of the biggest challenge our industry faces is securing raw cashew nut.
Yes, sir.
So our efforts are two-pronged. One is to increase our domestic raw cashew nut production so that we don't have to depend on anybody. And second, it's a short term, is to secure the supplies from the African countries. Now, we have in the last 1 year been in process of negotiation with countries like Cambodia, Senegal, Tanzania, and these countries. And we have been focusing on our attention in telling that, look, India needs the first crop and the best crop. Okay. And we are ready to pay for it. And who is going to get this money? That's your farmers.
Yes.
So if you deny India the first crop, you are also denying your farmers the benefit of best price for their first crop. Yes. So this message we have been communicating, and I am glad to report yesterday we had a very productive meeting with Senegal and Tanzania. Both of them were convinced on this argument. They promised us that they will not stop the export of first crop to India.
Okay, that's a good idea.
That's a very good. I am very glad that they agreed for our suggestion, and they ensured that they will continue to supply us. And I am very glad to inform that yesterday we signed an MOU with Senegal, which also contains the point that the organizations there will lobby to the government not to do any type of ban or such things.
Okay.
That is one of the part of the understanding. We had a meeting with Tanzania where they appreciated our concern, and Tanzania crop is growing at an alarming phase, and they have crossed the 500,000 ton crop last year, and they are planning to reach 1 million ton in next 3 to 4 years. So we are working with various countries to ensure that we get the best and the first product from those countries. But these are all short term. On a long term, Atmanirbharta is the only way forward.
Yes. During this season, like last year, this year Burkina Faso has banned suddenly export of ASEAN, and that ban was there for almost 50 days. It has affected the importers as well as their country process, everyone else, because they are deprived of getting good materials, and because of the time delay, already there will be a delay. It has to come to India. It will take 1.5 months. And there is a delay of 50 days. How this is going to impact, and what are the steps taken by the AICA to ensure that these kind of things won't repeat?
Each country has a different set of regulators, and it is not possible because to ensure that nobody does this kind of things. But whenever these things happen, we try our best to request the governments there. In fact, we had 2 rounds of discussion with the Burkina Faso regulators when they banned it, and we convinced our best that this is not the right step forward. And after 30 or 35 days, they understood this and they removed the ban. But damage was already done. Yes. So these are the challenges that we see on and off. But the problem is what we are trying to communicate to each of the regulators is, look, you learn from the experience of others. banning, restricting, end of the day only going to affect the realization of your farmers. The market of cashews are so big, it's more than 5.5 million ton, and no country is in a position to control it. Even countries like Ivory Coast with 1 million plus crop, even they cannot control this.
Yes.
So all your actions of banning, stopping, restricting, end of the day result is simple. Your farmer is going to realize that much less money.
Yes.
And this message is the only message that is really understood by the regulators.
Yes.
If any other thing they will not understand. But when their farmers' interests are affected, and we can see that from the ground, like this
Yes.
year, if you see, Benin farmers were not getting 375
Yes.
CFA, whereas just crossed the border into
In
Togo
Togo.
and they got 700 CFA.
Yes.
So what happened? So end of the day, the results speak more than anything else.
Yes.
And a result of all the Benin government regulations, the farmers in Benin suffered.
One, yes,
So
absolutely.
that is end of it. So we are trying to give these details to the regulators to convince them that please don't do this for the sake of your farmers.
Thank you so much, sir.